Audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check. All right, let's get this baby going. A little low on targets. Let's go over there and pick them up off the ground. Target supply is a little low right now at Finley Farms, but luckily, the way I practice, a lot of missing is involved. Why? Why? Because missing's important. You can't always hit what you shoot at. Honestly, to get better, you gotta miss more often than you hit. And since I'm too lazy to get on the tractor and bush hog, the targets are caught on a nice cushion of 4-foot tall grass with seeds on it that hit your legs and fall down in your boots. But we can just call that like a practice for your focus. Ants and bugs and creepy crawlies falling down in your pants and your shoes. So, but today is June 1st. 1 month, a whole month of time has gone by in life since the US Open. Wow, it was an awesome tournament. The same things have been going on with me. Nothing changes. Narrative hasn't changed. I've been practicing, I've been training, and we're getting ready to go to our next competitions. Shooting, through shooting, I have gone to a lot of different competitions and events, or just worked towards goals that have felt important. And a lot about what I talk about is the importance of identity. When you have a goal that you're working toward, or this situation that's coming up that might give you anxiety, or you have this thing coming up that is valuable to you, that you want to do good at. So today, that is what we're going to talk about. Going to practice a little bit and hypothesize, because that's what we do. Oh my goodness, it's wicked in here. Identity is important, because when the pressure is on, or you're faced with an uncomfortable scenario, who you are is going to come to the top, right? What you believe in, or your reasons for motivation, are going to be brought to the surface to where everyone can see. So, I'm going to continue picking up mostly grass, some targets. We'll shoot a little bit and talk about identity. Hold on a second. Come here, Bo! 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 Come here! Come here! Come! I swear you can't hear. Come here. Come. Right here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. All the way. Into frame. Watch that fly. Do you have any information on the whereabouts of Spider-Man? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You don't know anything. All right. Oh, my gosh. 3 points to talk about today. Number 1, who you are is important, because when you are presented with difficult situations, or scary conversations, or scenarios of doubt, understanding your values allows you to be confident in the face of adversity. Number 2. What is number 2? Number 2 is that understanding who you are is important. Self-evaluating is important, but don't fall for the trap of always focusing on yourself. It's important to encourage others. Number 3 is that there is no secret to success or becoming really good at something. Understanding the value of appreciating who you are naturally, truthfully, really is the secret ingredient. 1, 2, 3. Got our stuff on here. I think I'm going to try to wear earmuffs today. Weather's good for it. It's only like 110% humidity here. I feel like inside of the earplugs kind of hurt my ears. I've been using the Walmart just normal orange foamies. And I feel like, oh, zipper. I feel like maybe these will be a little different and at least kind of block the sound. Is it hitting the mic though? Kind of. Get the mic. That baby in. Put this over here. Let's do it. Ball. 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 Dang it. Ball. Oops. Ball. One more time. Let's check it, I guess. Alright, just looked at the video. Pick up a little more evenly. Same thing we always do. Ball. Oh. I felt like it was going over there. Now it went over there. Ball. So right there. Ball. Okay. Ball. It's way higher than I think. Or I'm going to have to pick up faster. Ball. Gun kind of sounds funny in earmuffs. Ball. Whew. That one was good. Felt good. Ball. That one, I went like this. Lift evenly. You can do it. Pull. One more time. I need to be like more pointing at it the whole time, not just intersecting. Pull. That felt very clean. All right, water break. Identity. Number one, point one. Your identity is important. Why is knowing who you are important? When I think about who I am, I think about words like tenacious or hardworking, resilient, determined, positive, or encouraging and loving. These words are labels. They're like a currency that feeds my values. What I have determined is important to me. It's important to have those solid foundational values, because what happens when you get in a situation where you're nervous or doubtful, like a shooting competition or the big wide world out there, when there's so much going on and you don't really know, it's just different than what you're so used to. When you get out in a new environment, if you do not have those solid values and those beliefs, that identity about yourself, it's really easy to go in a different direction, right? If I think about that as someone that's trying to get good at a particular skill, just in the context of shooting, it's really easy to look at other successful people or people that are good shots, and they do a variety of different types of shooting techniques, okay? If you don't have a solid identity in why I do the things the way I do them, then if you see someone out having success and they're doing it a certain way, it's different than you, then you'll just change. And so I think it's very important to have a solid identity. It doesn't matter, I'm not saying what your values are, but you better know who you are. Because when it gets tricky and the heat gets applied to you, it's real easy to change, to avert from the plan, right? If I just miss a couple and I think, that's not working, I'll try something else. Well, when you try something else, you're not learning about what you believe. And it's so important to stick to it even when it gets tough. So, point number one. Ball. Whew. Ball. Ah, darn, that's not what you're supposed to do. It's okay. It's okay. We can do this. Right, like this. Straight. But you've got to change your pitch. Downhill slope's a little tricky too. Shorten the draw a little bit. Ball. That gun is not quite hitting my shoulder right, but I think it's pointed, hopefully it's pointed to the right place. Pick up. One more time. A couple more times. Ball. Okay. So for the first point, we talked about why identity is important. We talked about those currency words for values. For me, one of my most important values is being encouraging. I get it mixed up in my head. I got to think about it for a second. C.S. Lewis said, he said, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. Every day when we go out, I keep saying the word society, but I can't think of anything else like another word. When we go out in the world every day, it's so easy to compare ourselves to others, to think, am I content in my job? Am I getting paid enough? Am I getting paid as much as him? Am I successful? Am I taking care of my family in the right way? Did I say the right thing to that friend? Or, something as silly as, look at what this other person posted. Am I posting the same cool pictures as them on Instagram or posting the same cool videos? And, what does all those sentences have in common? I or me. It's important, I think, if you're trying to learn about something, you have to assess the details. So it's important to dive into yourself and evaluate the identities and those values that are important to you and that make up who you are. But don't fall into that trap of thinking me all the time. Because if you're thinking just about yourself, gosh, it's so hard to think about anything else. I think I had this conversation with my friend Logan. It's been a couple of weeks. We talk constantly about this kind of stuff. But I told him, and we were both talking about how I think the most important thing that we could do as humans is to notice someone else. It's not about doing things to be noticed. It's about noticing others. If you work to evaluate, not the word evaluate, but if you work to see something that's special about someone else and you help them, you encourage them, and you help them to see those things that are actually there, not only does it help you take your focus off yourself, but it's complimenting them. It's making them feel stronger and more capable using the things that are really special about them. So that's super important. Don't fall into the trap of focusing on yourself all the time. It's literally chemical and psychological, all those things that if you can get out of only focusing on yourself, get a strong identity, pick the right things, and encourage other people. If we can go out every day and make it as a little challenge for yourself. A random stranger, random person, observe them, watch them, and pick something out about them. Encourage them. See how it works. Ball. That was just unrealistic. I wasn't prepared. Ball. It's a ton of drop. I always feel rushed because of this mic. Ball. Kind of rocking still. Pull. That's kind of hard because it's just so hard to see underneath your barrel, plus it's black. Pull. Yeah. Oops. Let's see if we can do a little more research. Pull. Pull. I could get all the way down to there. It's almost like a FITASC mount though. Pull. Pull. Kind of cheating. I know where it is. Pull. Oh, I went to the right of it. It's just hard to see since it's black in those trees. Maybe if we get over there, we can see it a little better. Pull. It's very tempting on this type of thing because you can't see it for me to point as I'm lifting my gun, to point my muzzle low. That way it can be moving and I can see it. And as soon as I do that, obviously I'm shooting under it. So, or I'm skidding under it and then going whoop. So you gotta stay disciplined. Keep that gun straight. Pull. Let's go over to an angle where maybe it's a little bit easier to see earlier. See that darn thing? Pull. I kind of can. There. Fun little shot. Pull. That's okay. That thing went off way before it touched my shoulder. Pull. That was a good shot. One more time. Pull. Last time. That's too much fun. Pull. Kind of picking up too fast early. Make sure I still got my glasses. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is that understanding your identity is a cheat code. And why is that? I'm always asking why. Why? Understanding and appreciating your identity is absolutely vital, because I think the masses, or generally most people, think that people that are very successful or really good at something are just inherently different, right? They think that Michael Jordan or whoever it is that you think of that's great or something is not a mere human. You know, they're immortal, they're different. And I think the reality of it is there is no secret ingredient, there's no secret to success. The people that are good at something find who they are naturally, and then they wring out every little bit of their talent, ability to maximize what they can do. Evaluating your identity, understanding who you are, it's not about painting over to something that you want to be or something different. Because when heat is applied, that fresh glossy coat of paint is going to melt off. It's about identifying who you really are, the good parts about yourself naturally, and appreciating and loving those things, and believing that, you know what, with the hand that I've been given, I can play to win. I think so many people have that mentality that I've been dealt a bad hand. You know, I've been just at a deficit my whole life and I can't get ahead. Like, you shouldn't play life from a disadvantage just because you believe that you're different. I think everybody is special. Everybody has these awesome specific, real, truly there things about them. And if you can find those things and dig them up and be determined, be tenacious, be motivated to pull those things up and not give up on them just because you can look at somebody out there that looks better than you and looks prettier or stronger or better and think, well, I'm just different, I have to give up on what I have. Don't do that. Keep going, because it's not, you should stick with who you are, because you're going to always be there for you. And you should find people that are helpful and loving to you to support you. It's not about being a lone wolf, but you can be your biggest fan. And just find those things about you. This concept makes me think about, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the movie Kung Fu Panda, but it's an animated movie, it's a kid's movie, but it has a really good concept. Throughout the concept of this movie, there's a main character, and early on in the movie, he gets identified and selected to be this dragon warrior, the savior of the city, okay? And he doesn't look special at all. And as the movie goes on, he's training to try to learn Kung Fu, but he's always questioning it. He's trying to learn karate, and he's really big, and he's really slow, and he just doesn't believe it. He's in constant doubt. And he's looking at the karate masters, the Furious Five, and he's saying, you know, I'm nothing like them. I don't have the tools for this. I'm way bigger than them. I'm slow. Look how fast they are. Look how strong they are. They're so skilled. I'm nothing like this. How can I be the dragon warrior? You know, I'm not capable of this. This isn't who I am. Whoever picked me made a mistake. You know, this isn't right. But the Po, the main character's master, Master Shifu, says, you know what, don't worry about all these things, Po, because you're going to be given the dragon scroll. You're going to be given the secret to all of the karate power in the entire universe. You're going to be untouchable to any other fighter because only you will have it. And so Po's getting motivated. He goes throughout the course of the movie. He trains. He does all the work. And then Master Shifu says, okay, you're ready. I'm going to give you the scroll. So he goes and he gets the scroll down and he hands it to Po. And Po pulls the end of it off and he's opening it up and he's closing his eyes and he's got this squint going and he opens up and he looks and there's nothing there. And Po and Master Shifu are questioning it. They're like, oh, there must have been some mistake. This isn't true. Somebody stole it. Somebody stole the secret to karate. Well, it wasn't that it was empty. The scroll was a mirror. And I think that's a beautiful message because all it was a reflection of Po. And until he realized, you know what, all along I've had these skills and these specific strengths about me, but just because I was so caught up in being different or not looking like the other warriors, I couldn't see those special things about myself. The narrative of the movie is that there's no secret ingredient that makes the ultimate dish or the ultimate warrior or the ultimate success, right? So I think that's the most important thing. There is no secret ingredient. Find things about yourself and go after them. Grab hold of them and squeeze them tight.
Yep.
Pull. 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 Okay. Shot a little bit more off camera. Didn't want to video it. Got tired of moving the camera, but I'm going to pack it up. So 3 points today. Oh gosh. 3 points today. Number one, knowing your identity is important because when you get in scary, intimidating, doubtful situations, if you understand your values, if you understand your foundation, then you're going to be resolute. You're going to be steadfast. You're going to stand on hard ground and stick with your beliefs. Number two, don't get caught in the trap of constantly thinking about yourself. Always make a point to encourage someone else, because not only does it help them, it helps you too. And three, there is no secret ingredient. Don't go through life watch out for spiders. Don't go through life thinking that you've been dealt a bad hand and you just don't have the tools. Be willing to assess yourself, look hard, and be tenacious with wringing out your talent sponge for everything that it is. There's no secret ingredient. We do the best with what we got, and we never give up. That's it.